Welcome to my new video. This is a little box. It's got a different mode of attachment and working than other boxes I made. It's a Steve Good video, pattern. He's called it an infinity heart box, and that's kind of what that is, infinity and a heart overlaid for the decoration. But this is all cut out of one piece of wood, and so stay tuned. And next I'll show you the pattern and the materials I'm using in this and how I put them together, and then we'll get into cutting and making it. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, real quick here, I want to introduce the pattern and the material I'm going to be using for this little box. It's going to have two walls, one that slides over the other, one connected to the top and one connected to the bottom. And for the walls, he says 3/4 to 1 1/8 inches. So what I've got is two pieces of pine. That's not just construction pine. That's a pretty nice pine with real nice grain on it. But I got a 1 inch, or two 1/2 inch pieces. This is 1/2 inch pine. I've stacked them together with a piece of 1/8 inch rosewood in the center. So I'll have a little box with a stripe in the center of it, and that's going to be the body of the box, the two walls. Then you'll have a top and a bottom, and it's supposed to be 1/4 inch thick, so I'm using poplar again, and I'm going to stack those and cut them both at the same time. Then you got a decoration that goes on top of it, and it's what he calls an infinity heart. And I'm making out of this rosewood. It's a little different shade of the rosewood that's in here. This is a darker rosewood, but this is going to be this decoration will be cut out of that and mounted on top of the lid or the top of the box. So, I got to mount these and drill them, and then we'll be at the scroll saw to cut those. If you want to see a video on how I mount patterns, I'll put a link to that video in my description. For now, I'm going to mount these and get ready to cut them. So I've got the patterns mounted. Got the blue tape, got the pattern glued on, I've got some clear tape over it, I've got the holes drilled. So what I'm going to do, start on the inside as I always do. I'm going to cut the center piece out, and I'm going to cut that one, and I'm going to cut that one. I've got a number 3 XL blade. This is a Flying Dutchman blade. It's a non-reverse tooth, and I got these at Mike's Workshop. And I'm going to use a 3 on this. I could use a 5, I could even use a 1. I'm going to kind of compromise on that. I want a fairly thin kerf on these, but this is kind of thick. I'm going to cut it fairly slowly. It's not a real hardwood, so the rosewood in the center. But here we go. I'm going to make these 3 cuts and make the 2 walls for the box. Now, I said I was going to switch the blade out. What I mean, I'll switch over to the next hole to cut. It's still the same blade. It's a number 3 XL. So we'll cut this one very slowly. I'll make sure this is the critical one. I'll make sure I get it as smooth and straight as I can with no bumps or ridges in there, and get as true a circle as I can, because these two are going to slide together. So here we go. Well, that took right at 7 minutes real time. I'm real pleased with the way it came out. A little sanding, clean up that carryover from the center piece, laminated piece. It kind of, it's the color of the side of the wood, but that'll clean off easily. Seems to be fairly smooth. A few little small bumps through there. I may have to sand a little bit to make it uniform all the way around, but I'm pleased with the way it came out so far. So I'll get this blade out of this hole and we'll make the outer cut there, and the most difficult cuts will be done. So that one took about 10 minutes in real time, but I'm pleased because the inner box slides very nicely inside the outer box. A little bit of sanding to clean things up, where it smears like that. This one didn't cut quite as smooth, but that'll work down okay. Time I put the top and the bottom on it and sand them together, that's going to look great. But I'm pleased with the way it goes together right now. It slides together okay. So this has been very successful so far. Now I've got to cut the other pieces out and we'll start gluing and sanding. So I'm going to stack the top and the bottom. I've got some 1/4 inch poplar there to cut both of them at the same time. I'll probably cut this a little faster, it's thinner, a little easier to cut. I'll probably make the speed of the saw a little faster. I couldn't speed it up on the other one. It wanted to heat up too fast, too bad. So anyway, this should be a little easier cut. Well, that cut pretty much the way I expected it to. I tried to stay on the outside of the line just a little bit. That's that old rule of cutting on the waist side of your line. Especially in this case, I got to match this up to the other pieces there, and I can sand these down to the line if I need to. This one will be the overhanging one. I'll sand it down to the line, and this one I'll sand to match the piece that is glued on. That's my plan right now. So I cut the little design out that goes on the top, and we'll be ready to put it all together. Well, it's all cut out. This one would have been better with a reverse tooth blade, but I just went ahead and used what I had in there. Either a reverse tooth blade or layered that between two other pieces and cut it. It would have come out much cleaner. But I can do a little sanding, get the fuzz off back so it'll lay flat, kind of clean it up a little bit. But a little trick, a little tip: if you got tape on a small piece, that's 1/8 inch, it's very delicate. When you're getting the tape off, hold it down and push against a tabletop to get a hold of the tape. Some sort of a flat surface, because it'd be real easy to hold it up like this to break something. Anyway, there's all the cutting. I'll do some sanding and gluing and finishing and see what we have for a finished project. So here's where we are now. I have sanded these. I actually took a file to some of the high spots. I wanted to get this surface and this surface inside working together really well, and I've done that. I'm really pleased with that. They worked pretty good to start with, but I took and filed some of the high points, plus I removed some of the crossover between this. The blade carries those the different colored grains into the glider colored and kind of streaks it, so I cleaned all that up. And I did that on both of these inside and out. And I sanded the surfaces that are going to mate together. I used, like I said, I used the file, and then I got some 60 grit, and then some 150 grit, and then I polished it down with a little over 200 grit just to get it nice and smooth and working good together. It slides good really well. So my next step is I'm going to glue this one to one of these, and then do the sanding to match it up real well inside. Then I'm going to put this inside and put something there that kind of hold it up, and I'm going to glue this one on so that it'll match this outside ring. And then when I get through that, I'll have to sand it all. to get it all nice and smooth. There'll be some more external sanding, get everything looking right. Then of course I'll be putting that on. I may put some Danish oil on it, but we'll see when we get there. Right now I'm going to start gluing parts together, and then we'll have to do some sanding. So with quite a bit of sanding and a little bit of gluing, I've got this kind of where I want it. It fits pretty well. It could be better. Maybe do more sanding yet, but that's pretty close to a finished product. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this on top of here. That's going to be the lid. Fits over like that. So far I'm happy with it. It could always be better. But I'll glue that on. I'll probably do a little more sanding, a little finished sanding than that. Most of that I've been done by hand. Then I'll probably put some Danish oil on it just to kind of bring out the grain in the side here as much for anything. So let me get that glued on, and I'll put a little bit of oil on it, and then we'll see what it looks like. So there we have it. I've got everything glued together. I put 2 coats of Danish oil on it. I really like the way it looked, the way it turned out. It works really well, slides on and off, and it doesn't bind anywhere, so I'm going to call this a successful build. I'm pleased with it, and wife's already got her eye on it, says it'll fit right in her drawer. But anyway, we're back to where we started. And if you like this box making, I'm going to try to do a few more. However many new ideas and new patterns I can find, or new ideas of my own. So if you like that, well, hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to do some other things too, other than boxes. But I was kind of exhausting the box possibilities in this series of videos. So please hit the subscribe and the like button if you haven't yet. And stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video, I hope.